What's going on, guys? I'm Viollent and this is a Black Ops 3 Zombies video, so welcome to GRIZZombies. Today we're going to talk about is the real reasoning behind why Treyarch chose an exclusive 30-day DLC deal with Sony instead of Microsoft this year. So to dive into this correctly, let's talk about the money aspect of why Treyarch what they learned from Sledgehammer Games. It's very important. Supply drops. So supply drops were the most profitable segment of Advanced Warfare's campaign. They had a great DLC season of GRIZZombies that I completely covered with Easter eggs, but where they made their money in DLC, none compared to the profit they made in supply drops in that chain. So with that success, now we have supply drops in the black market of Black Ops 3. This without a doubt gives Treyarch a new set of income where any of their other content, good or bad, it doesn't matter. It will not affect purchases rolling in daily. This is a real thing. And that is the part of the master plan that when you break it down, yet there's still other elements we can focus on. Sony benefits from this. Why? Well, people who did purchase an Xbox One for long-term Call of Duty success in DLC, thinking it was going to always be Xbox, are now pressured by the internet to buy a PS4 so they can stay up to date. Did this work when you look at the raw facts? Yes, it did. An extreme rise in PS4 purchases occurred this past year in an unreal amount. Does this mean that PS4 is the master race? Hell no, it does not. Before consoles were even created, there were PC gamers who set the ground floor for everyone today. Microsoft has more outlets than Sony to make money than they can even fathom, yet their hardware may be more impressive, but Microsoft has their own operating system, Windows 10, and has a stronger future when it comes to home entertainment. They got great deals when it comes to movies and the industries. Sony does too. Microsoft's right in the pocket. Keep in mind that if you're someone who is an American and enjoys American-made products over foreign products, say you own a PS4 too and you're supporting the opposite of that, wouldn't you say you're being a hypocrite? Ask yourself that. There's just so many aspects to take into consideration when you talk about who is master race, which console is winning the war. Man, shut up about that. They're all great in their own ways and all provide certain content for this channel in different ways. So I remain optimistic instead of being posing one side towards your public preference, okay? So let's talk DLC. Marketing is the biggest factor in selling a game, and Treyarch went above and beyond setting this up. I don't need to go into the small details of what they did, like the disasters in Singapore that caused confusion on Twitters. No, what we're going to talk about is why Sony was a better choice for Activision with DLC and the 30-day DLC, and why they didn't want Xbox and PC to have it first. Based on my research from Shadows of Evil and all of what you are aware of called data mining, when GRIZZombies came out on Xbox and PC first last year, the coding was easily accessible for everyone when it launched. This had the potential to ruin the Easter egg hunts before they could even get started. Issues arise where bigger YouTubers pool together and form their own private groups with early game releases, not DLC, because DLC is a different topic. We'll get into that in a second, but when these YouTubers get the game early, because they actually are able to get it early either through a GameStop employee or whatnot, they play it solo and local, and that's how they are able to communicate with each other through Skype and whatnot and talk about the Easter eggs. With the smart choice by Treyarch, they went with the first Easter egg requiring 4 players to complete. Very smart. Everyone is so happy that GRIZZ and Drac is possible to complete solo. Well, when you break it down, the only access big YouTubers have to DLC added to games is when they travel to the company to play it. There is no special codes given to these YouTubers by my knowledge, but Treyarch chose to make it impossible to spoil this year. Once PC has the game files, they can release the proper coding hints to the right people, and boom, you got yourself a guide towards the real Easter egg hunt. Good for you, man. There is a topic we can slightly talk about, which is how data mining ruins the Easter egg hunts, and I feel it's very straightforward. We got through all these long hours doing it legit without these spoon-fed hints and still managed to find them. Look at Mob of the Dead. It took us like 1 or 2 months to understand how to upgrade the Hell's Retriever into the Hell's Redeemer. In my eyes, that's real Easter egg hunting. And as someone who grew up on Xbox as my first console, I have to give it up to Treyarch for being a genius with how they chose to market this year. And these are all my reasons behind it, man. If you enjoyed what you heard today and learned something useful, please leave a like, and I want to hear your comments below. Mention if you find this move by Treyarch moral and just. Mention if you care that 60% of people who purchased an Xbox One last year went over and had to buy a PS4. Do you really care about that? Don't feel sorry for the YouTubers who had to do this. As a content creator, it's our job to stay up to date. So if you got a YouTube channel, man, don't complain. But for everyone else out there, I want to know your honest opinion. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. I'm Viollent, and I'm out.